said I had too many kids, but he knew how many kids I had when we first started talking. But he said the more he thought about it, he didn't want to take care of my two younger kids, the ones that are 5 and 6. The ones from my ex-husband. He said if he didn't want to take care of his responsibilities, why should I?
And speaking on people making wild decisions.
What in the get out is going on here? So I saw this on X, y'all, and I had to share this with y'all. So this couple, this interracial couple, went on a date, right? Now this dude posted this on Facebook originally and it went viral. He said, "This is why I don't usually date outside my race." Now, if y'all have never seen the movie Get Out, you better go watch it.
You thought your homegirl was scandalous. Wait till you see how deep some people's family roots go into straight horror movie territory.
So basically he went out with this girl. They went on a date. That was the picture of them. And then she texted him saying, "I definitely enjoyed our night out, but I don't think my parents can find out about us. ... He said, "Same here, and why?" And she said, "They despise black guys. My last black boyfriend, let's just say it didn't go well. They literally set him up to be put in jail for life for something he didn't even do. Google Wellington. I really like you, but I don't want anything to happen to you." Not giving his government name. And then he replied and said, "I like you too, and yeah, that's crazy. I went to school with him. Maybe if you sat down and had a conversation with them, they'll loosen up. Think they would be down for dinner?" And she said, "I'll ask, LOL, because I really like you, and I will not lose you." And then he said, "I don't want to lose you either." And then she basically said that her mom and stepdad will be open to meeting that evening. So I guess he meets the parents. He takes a screenshot of the dinner and shows receipts of the meeting. This is so creepy. So he took her phone and saw a message. This is so creepy, y'all. Saying this. He said, it says basically that was her talking to her mom, "Mommy love." He seems well put together, but it's something about him me and Jeff don't approve of. He seems like he would be good around the house for things we need, but not for a relationship. Tried to convince him to start working for us, and once we take a trip to the mountains this summer, well, know the rest. Well, you know the rest. What? And then she said, "Mom, I really like him. Can I at least keep him? He's very sweet." What?
Bruh, can I keep him? This ain't Build-A-Bear. This is Build a Slave vibes.
And then she said, "Not at all. Dating a black guy in the South, especially Mississippi, is not recommended. Do as you're instructed, please. You'll find someone better." And then she says, "Okay, I'll let him know that Jeff is hiring for work around the house." And like, what? He then posted this post on FB saying, "So this is why I stopped dating outside my race. Would be good and set up. And to this day, she still don't know that I saw those messages in her phone because I left afterwards and never said nothing else about it. Be careful out here, especially in Mississippi." Y'all better be safe. This is crazy. This is literally insane that this is a true story.
Moral of the story, trust actions, not words, and sometimes trust your own survival instincts first.
Had a guy stop talking to me because he said I had too many kids, but he knew how many kids I had when we first started talking. But he said the more he thought about it, he didn't want to take care of my two younger kids, the ones that are 5 and 6. The ones from my ex-husband. He said if he didn't want to take care of his responsibilities, why should I?
Now flipping gears a little bit. When reality hits the dating market, it hits hard.
Now, here's the thing. This particular person had a dependency issue. He was a recovering alcoholic, and I didn't hold it against him because I said he has a good job, he has a good head on his shoulders. I like where he was going in life, and who am I to judge someone off of their past or their past addictions? So for me personally, for you to sit there and say you don't want to deal with my kids, I didn't ask you to be their dad. I didn't ask you to take up any responsibility. In fact,
Look, dating with kids ain't impossible, but it's not the discount rack either.
Let's normalize not wasting people's time, especially, or normalize saying this is what I'm bringing to the table and this is what you're bringing to the table. This is what you're struggling with. This is what I'm struggling with. And let's see if we want to do that. But don't waste people's time.
Normalize keeping it real from day one. That's what I'm bringing. Can you handle it or not? No feelings hurt.
Did y'all know that there's a page out there called Don't Date Her Atlanta? Yeah.
And just when you think it's bad, Atlanta said, hold my peace.
But apparently they're struggling for submissions because one post says, women in Atlanta must really be top tier because my DMs are dry as hell. The other post says, y'all must really be afraid to post these women. Shout out to my girls, because I truly believe that the difference between the men and the women pages are that these women are truly trying to bring light and awareness on experiences that they have encountered with different men in this city. Now, hold on, fellas. I hear you. Nah, that's not cool because they could be lying on us. Yeah, that is true. However, when several women are in the comments and they have the same story and they can relate and they know who you are.
Yeah, you know it's real when 5 women got the same story about you. You not misunderstood, my boy. You're the main character in their trauma.
Yeah, that's the problem right there. Okay, so let's not get mad at the fact that women are helping other women out. Okay, let's just do better. Period.
Fellas, if 5 different women can form a Power Ranger squad about your behavior, maybe, just maybe, you the problem.
Obviously, Uncle Shay Shay, he likes Caucasian women, as we all know.
Now for some celebrity foolishness. Uncle Shay Shay out here trending again, but not for sports tape.
And he likes them very skinny, which I didn't know. And the reason I'm saying that is the pictures that are floating around the internet on Gabrielle Asu Ninjas is the pictures of a very petite Caucasian woman who, not being disrespectful when I say this, appears to be built like a 13, 14, 15-year-old child. She doesn't appear to be developed like a woman. She doesn't appear to be a woman who's in childbearing age. There's no curves on that body. There's no lumps on that body. And according to her, allegedly, Shannon Sharp told her that if she would lose enough weight for him, he would buy her some artificial breasts.
Man says lose more weight, like she already ain't floating in the wind like a plastic bag. At this point, he's not dating, he's adopting stick figures.
Now that's very puzzling to me, Art, because she's already extra skinny, extra petite, no booty, no breasts, no nothing. Why would you want her to lose any more weight? So from that, we can gather that Shannon Sharp's type is an extra pale, extra skinny Caucasian. He definitely don't like them 5'5" thick in the thighs like Dr. Umar. He don't want butter almond. He don't want butter pecan. He don't want fudge, cinnamon, mahogany. He don't even want African vanilla, African butterscotch, African lemonade. He wants some pale and skinny. I want him brown chocolate and curvy.
I'm a 2-man with my friend, and she did it with my date and her date. This is the story time that y'all been waiting on. And to the girl, if you see this, it's really no hard feelings. I'm just telling the story. It's no hard feelings. It's none of that.
Now hold up. You go on a double date and your own homegirl folds faster than a $2 chair at a barbecue? Yes, this is about to get messy.
Okay, so me and the girl, we have been cool. I knew this girl for some years. Okay, so me and her were friends. I was talking to this dude, and she was also talking to this dude, and they just so happened to be friends. So we didn't even know they was friends. We didn't even know they was friends. That's how we found out. We was at the mall, right? I don't even know why we were at the mall. We were just hanging out with each other, and we was at the mall in Georgia. So we're walking around, and we ran into these 2 dudes, and it was both of the dudes we were talking to. So I'm saying hey to my dude, he's saying, we're talking to each other's dude. We what's up, type stuff. We're in the mall of Georgia, right? If you ever been to the mall of Georgia, it's a movie theater in there. So we we should hang out. We should go to the movies, 2 man, 2 man, okay? So cool. We all agreed. We walked around the mall for a little bit. We got some food, and then we headed to the movies. So everything was cool. We went to the movies. I was with my date. She was with hers. We was vibing. Everything was good. They wanted to go back to the house. They were saying they got an Airbnb right now. Do we want a concession? So she we should go. I'm kind of Airbnb. It just gives when I think of that, it gives you think you can hit. That's what it gives to me. But she's no, we don't even gotta do nothing. They saying they got the gas, they got this, they got that. We could just chill on some shit. Yeah.
See, you already knew it was bad when the Airbnb got mentioned. Whenever dudes say, we just chilling, translation, we plotting.
So I'm okay, cool. I guess. So we go back there. They drive us there. We get back to the Airbnb. Everybody's chilling. But they separate. So at first we was all kind of just in the living room. But her and her date, they go to the room. So I'm I already know what's going to go down. Damn, sis. The first night. No, let me stop. I can't even judge. Y'all gotta hear my stories. But so I'm with the dude. And I'm talking to him. And he's kind of how do I say this? he's going. Like, he's going and he thinks I'm going, but I'm really not going. Because, like, I don't even know you like that. I don't even really like you like that. But, yeah, so he's trying to, like, do all this unnecessary stuff. And I'm just like, I'm not even on that. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm not even on that. So he kind of getting irritated. He's just like, you know, what you come for? And I'm just like, I came here because she wanted to come here. Shoot, I'm not gonna just leave her here. Like, what the hell? So he's getting irritated. He walk away. I didn't know where he went. I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. So I'm just on my phone. Maybe 10 minutes go by. I'm like, what is that noise? This is so embarrassing because I know she's probably watching this. But, like, I low-key hear them. Like, I hear my friend in her date. So I thought. And I'm like, So I'm walking around. Because I'm low-key trying to see where to do that. Like, I'm like, where did this dude go? Like, shoot. I'm walking around. He's not in the kitchen. It was another room. I didn't want to go through all the rooms because I knew she was in there. But I'm looking. And he's nowhere to be found. So I'm like,
Man, you know it's bad when you hear the sounds you not supposed to hear. And it ain't even your man.
Like, did this nigga leave? But, like, he wouldn't just leave his. Like, I was confused. So I knew she was getting down. So I'm just on my phone. I'm chilling. She get done, right? When she get done, they both come back. So I'm like, that's kind of weird. Like, right when y'all get done, he come back and, like, it was throwing me off. But I didn't want to think that. I'm like, it's no way. She did not do that. That's what I'm thinking in my head. She did not do that. So how I found out was because she told me later on that night when I went back to her house, she was like, don't be mad at me. And I'm like, what? When she said don't be mad at me, I ain't gonna lie to you. When she said don't be mad at me, it came into my head. I'm like, yeah, she did that. And she told me, she was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of just happened, like, da-da-da-da-da. And I kind of never said anything. Like, I never really said anything about the situation. It was always in my mind, but I didn't know. Like, I don't want to say she's weird. I mean, like, that wasn't my boyfriend, so I guess, like, it wasn't like she necessarily owed me any loyalty to that dude. But I just had to sit back and think, like, damn. And then she ended up dating him. But, like, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Like, if you vibe with him better, then I guess. But, like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Let me tell you something. Loyalty measures when temptation shows up, not when it's easy. Look, to each his own, but don't get mad when folks roast your choosing in little toothpicks over butter pecan beauty. Today's dating scene, loyalty is rare, trust is dangerous, and sometimes even your own people got hidden motives. Stay alert, move smart, protect your peace, not just for your heart. Drop a comment if you really dodged a messy situation before it went bad. Comment, like, subscribe. See you on the next one.